You pick up your phone to check one specific thing. Maybe you want to see the time or read a single email. You unlock it, check that one app, and then you see a new notification. 30 minutes later, you're still swiping, and half your lunch break has gone. The strange part is that you never actually decided to spend a half hour on the device. You only wanted to check one thing. But between opening the screen and watching a fifth video, your body performed a familiar behavior without a conscious decision. It's easy to look at that lost time and assume you lack willpower, that if you were more disciplined, you would have put the phone away after 30 seconds. But this experience suggests we aren't always in control of the interaction. We assume we are making a series of active choices when our brains are often reacting to a system we didn't choose to engage with. Smartwatches and infinite feeds are designed to provide exactly what human attention tracks. You aren't battling an internal weakness. You are navigating an environment that targets specific neural patterns. To reclaim that lost time, we have to look past the idea of self-control. We need to understand the neurological automation happening beneath the surface. Your brain is a prediction engine. When you hear a notification, you don't know what it is yet. It could be an urgent message, a funny picture, or nothing important at all. That uncertainty creates a powerful signal. Your brain wants to know what happens next. This is variable reinforcement. When a reward is delivered inconsistently, the behavior becomes persistent. If you always knew what you'd see, you'd get bored. But because rewards appear randomly, the brain stays curious. You never know which check matters. Every time you refresh a feed or scroll to a new post, you are effectively pulling the lever on a digital slot machine. Each swipe creates another possibility for something interesting to appear. Unlike a book with pages or a movie with an ending, an endless feed has no stopping point. There is no natural signal that the activity is finished, so the brain doesn't receive a clear cue to move on to something else. We also have an evolutionary drive for social information. For most of human history, knowing what others were doing was a survival skill. Today, your phone delivers messages, endless social likes, and continuous status updates at a volume we didn't evolve to process. You keep checking not because the content is always valuable, but because the mind is trapped in a loop of trying to resolve the maybe of the next scroll. External signals aren't the only trigger. Sometimes, the moment you experience a little boredom or stress while working on a project, your hand automatically reaches for your phone without conscious thought. The phone provides immediate relief from uncomfortable thoughts or difficult tasks. Every time you use it to avoid friction, the brain learns that the screen is the easiest way to escape, reinforcing the habit. This constant switching leads to severe attention fragmentation. When you constantly switch between work and the phone, it becomes difficult to stay with anything that requires deep concentration. As the brain becomes accustomed to rapid stimulation, even short periods of silence can feel uncomfortable. We start to treat quiet moments as emergencies that need to be filled with new information. Instead of a communication tool, the device functions as a general-purpose response to any emotional discomfort. This ultimately removes the quiet space that we desperately need for reflection and original thought. Changing these patterns doesn't require extraordinary willpower. A more effective approach is to increase friction, making the unwanted behavior harder to perform. You can start by creating physical distance. Leave the phone in another room while you work, or turn off non-human notifications. By removing the cues, you reduce the number of times your brain is reminded the phone exists. When you feel the urge to check, try a 10-second delay. Don't tell yourself you can't use the phone, just wait 10 seconds before you do. During that pause, give your brain a low-stimulation alternative. Stand up, look out the window, or simply notice the urge without acting on it immediately. These tiny interruptions aren't just tips. They are tools to reclaim the gap between your impulse and your action. Technology is an incredible asset when we choose to use it. The problem arises when the device becomes the default response to every spare moment. Before you unlock your screen, ask one question: what am I here to do? If you have a specific task, setting a timer or checking an address, you have a defined stopping point. You complete the task and put the phone away. That is a very different experience from scrolling without a reason. The goal isn't to live without technology, but to ensure you are the one choosing where your attention is spent. Because when you choose when to start, you also gain the power to choose when to stop.